Hi, I'm Bloodied Porcelain, and I'm playing Lady Nienna, the Ain-She sorceress.
Hey y'all, I'm Grizz, and I'll be playing Fenix, the werewolf craftsman.
Hi, I'm Legacy, and I'll be playing Brynnhilder, the Griffin School Witcher.
Hi, I'm Overthinker, and I'll be playing Irileth, the elven assassin.
Hi there, I'm Stabbykinz, and I'll be playing Siegryn, the dwarven merchant.
Hello there, my name is Jimmy, and I'll be playing Oswald, the Witcher.
And I am Solomon, and I will be playing everyone else. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
What's up?
When last we left off,
Everything was fine. Everything was going so good.
oh yeah, everything was fine. No one died. Everyone could go out for coffee now.
Yeah, it was really nice to let us live off that cliffhanger of us sitting around like a nice cup of tea, relaxing, sun's out.
Beach
kids are happy.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, onto the beach episode. Before that, but there's one small little thing that needs to be handled first. And that is the fact that there has been a large rend of magic above you. As you all finished up the hyms in the basement and made sure that Brynnhilder managed to cling on to life. The magic above you was powerful, tinged with dark essence. And there is now just a chill in the air and the feeling of rage emanating from above.
Can the mundanes feel this?
The mundanes can feel the feeling of rage, but they cannot necessarily feel the magic itself. It's not quite that strong, but everyone who is magically attuned, and even our werewolf, can feel the way that chaos is sort of vibrating here. The godling, Gemma, looks at all of you and just says, "It's her. She's here."
Nienna is going to stand up.
Right.
Here. And gently, I don't know if he was holding Brynnhilder or just like always her head when he was wrapping up everything, but just like place the head and torso of Brynnhilder in the arms, and he's gonna stand up.
All right. Yeah.
I'm
Phoenix up and out the front. Witcher's close behind. Everyone else out the back. Once we're there, spread out so she can't hit more than two of us at once.
All right, I'll run as quickly as my stubby little legs will carry me.
Render moves over to Siegryn and actually lowers himself a little bit, as if offering a ride.
Oh, that's right. That's why I carry full more with me, and it'll hop right up onto his back.
Excellent.
Is Brynnhilder awake?
Right, I was gonna ask that actually.
Brynnhilder has come back to consciousness. There is a ringing in her head, and the last chill of the shadowy claws leaving her face, but she is once again conscious, if a good bit sore after being knocked out like that.
I think I'm gonna look to Oswald, because if anybody can kind of keep her steady on her feet, it would be him.
Yep. So I'm going to sheath my silver sword, and help up Brynnhilder.
Noted.
I'm moving to get distance from where this portal's opening.
Wait, what portal?
Well, I assume it's a portal, the thing in the ceiling.
I think it's in the air above the house.
It is on the same floor as the house. It's on like ground level, so it's on the same level as the first floor.
So it's above us, but inside?
Above you, a little bit outside of the house itself.
Ah, okay. My misunderstanding. I don't understand how we all saw it then. Because we were all in the basement.
Felt it.
Well, then I'm headed outside.
Perfection.
All right. Hang on. Werewolf, Witchers, they go first. Then the squishies go out the back.
Nienna just sort of shakes her head. Your best defense against a mage is another mage.
We going, guys?
I'm coming. Just
Phoenix. All right. Just wanted to get our ducks in a row before I go first.
Got your back, man.
Alrighty.
All right then. Let's end this madness.
For everyone going out of the back, I'll need a stealth check.
You ready?
I'm not. I'm outside.
Of course.
Stealth is under dexterity? No.
Any conditional modifiers? It's dark. There's a distraction.
Oh, it is dexterity. There it is.
Saul?
I haven't started the distraction yet because I haven't actually verbally stated I'm climbing outside and I am.
It will be a stealth check with a. I'll just go ahead and give a +1 to everyone who's rolling it.
Hey, that means I got a 10.
Alrighty. Brynnhilder. You are a little disoriented. Your wounds have not closed all of the way. You feel much better, but you still don't feel 100%. You are currently feeling like there is very much danger still around with the level of magic that is at play here.
That would be a 26 for stealth for me.
Okay. Given that Brynnhilder was a little bit wounded, she will be taking up the back and leaving Oswald to go out the front for now.
I'm also not being stealthy about this as well. Just
Sorry, I was a little confused. I thought that we were going out the back. Okay. No, I'll just go out in the front.
Okay. For our Witchers, before you go out the front, would you like to use the Quen sign to protect yourself?
I think I would.
I'll do that.
Okay. Feel free to roll your spellcasting roll and determine how much stamina you will put into this to give yourself a little bit of a barrier between yourself and whatever is coming.
Sure, spellcasting. Okay. Basic. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Thankfully, it is a very basic sign, so I believe that is all you need to roll. And it's a second nature for Brynnhilder.
Yeah.
So you can choose how spend stamina up to your vigor to give yourself a little bit of a barrier.
All right, then I will spend. I've got 6 vigor, so I'll spend 6 stamina.
Excellent.
2 stamina.
All right. So it will be effectively 10 temporary hit points for Oswald and 30 for Brynnhilder.
All right.
I would like it to be known that I am now technically at 69 hit points.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Heading outside the front, the Witchers, Nienna, and Fenix. You see Tricia of Maryville, looking very frazzled. Her hair is not the same well-kept bun as it was before. It is long, flowing, and wild. It looks like she is just seething to the point of having lost any sense of civility, any sense of proper. Her dress itself looks like it has been torn a bit to give her more freedom of movement. And she holds in one hand a staff that is emblazoned with all manner of runes. And for those of you who are magically inclined, can give me a mage training or a witcher training roll.
Okay. $25.
25.
Can we get a third? Nope, has to be better.
31.
Just had to be better. The staff itself is very powerful. It is one that has been made for... it is used as a regular focus, but it's one that has been made for a much more dire magic. It is a specially made greater focus staff made for binding demons.
Oh, shit.
She looks only at Fenix, seeming to almost completely ignore everyone else in front of her. Fenixus.
You're a little early. We haven't even set the dinner table yet.
Well, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Many apologies.
You were supposed to lay down and die there, Fenixus. Now everything's going to have to be so much messier.
The Cordovas aren't known for laying down and dying. But I suppose you never really gave us the opportunity to do so, since status whether we were running into the trees was at our back. More to your style, I suppose.
Only too true. Don't worry. I brought dance partners for all of you. And I would like, first off, Nienna, as you are doing the thing while they're talking, go ahead and give me a spellcasting roll.
Okay. Da. Why is it not just pushing the button? There we go. Any bonuses?
I'll say that you're going to go ahead and get a +2 because she's busy focusing on the central focus of her ire.
That's a 30.
All right.
Nienna comes up, and when she immediately focuses on Fenix, Nienna's gonna shift and put probably Oswald, because he's like the broadest guy, the broadest person here, between her and the mage, and she pulls out a scroll that nobody has seen except Siegryn, and she will open it and begin quietly murmuring in very archaic elder speech.
Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
All right. And as Tricia of Mariville slams her staff into the ground, you all can feel that dark energy radiating out from her at the same time as this ancient but almost pleasant, natural, warming magic comes from Nienna. It is a magic that emboldens all of you, surges through your bodies. Everyone who is missing hit points gains 5 back.
Okay.
And Nienna, you are able to see the threads and just the flow of time before you. It is glorious and overwhelming. You need to spend the 10 stamina for the magic, and you
Already done.
lose 10 hit points because of the surge of power.
Nienna is hyper focused and fixated, so she does not notice that her nose and her ears both start to bleed as she reads.
Wonderful. And with that, I would like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to turn into a werewolf. I just wanted to let all that happen.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
18.
Yeah. Cool. Then I will
13.
roll as a werewolf.
Alrighty.
12.
14.
We're doing a lot less well this time, guys. I'm a little concerned.
Oh, come on. I mean, Bryn did just get...
Oh, just give me a
Lynn's
second.
not doing too good right now.
I don't hate that I'm hidden in the long grass.
Yeah,
Sure.
but you should hate the things in it if rest of the part. Never mind.
I'm sure Siegryn has my back.
Just in the long grass.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Everything in the long grass is on eye level with Siegryn, so she might actually see it.
All right. This is
Listen, she's got your back as long as your back is actively protecting her from anything that might kill her.
plus 13.
I don't think you understand how she has your back works, guy.
All right. That's plus 13. That's God math.
21.
Thank you. 21.
Alrighty. And she will roll. And what she is bringing about will go ahead and roll.
No, that's fine. They don't got to do that. That's cool. Like, I don't want to put any weight on their shoulders or anything.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a lot of 16s, though. Oh, my.
All right. So, very first thing to take a turn is Fenix. You have erupted into your werewolf form, feeling the power surging through you as you're able to now just let loose and feel the rage of seeing the focus of a lot of your pain and trauma before you.
Mm-hmm.
And you see erupting before her are 3 circles that were not there. They were not drawn. She has seemingly brought them about with her magic, likely with the help of that staff. And out erupt one in a gout of flame, a large skeletal being that almost looks like the skeleton of a devil, given the horns on its head. The second one, a small gout of shadow that seems to immediately wisp away into the night. You are all able to see thanks to the torches that had been lit around here. And the final thing to stand before you is a large, looks almost like a human's skeleton, but with the head of a horse. The Witchers, I would like a Witcher training roll from.
Yes.
Guys, I don't know what those things are. Are they bad?
1924.
I don't think they're here for Girl Scout cookies.
The first being the more like the demonic devil skeleton is a being known as a Besh. It is a demon of rage. Very not difficult to deal with, very strong, very fast. The one thing to really keep an eye out for is its claws, and it will be felled easily by blades covered in spectre oil, which your blades still currently are.
Bash its head in.
The
Go ahead.
second demon, you didn't get a really good look at it, but you believe it is something called a Cosglid, a being of shadow and ambition. One that likes to focus on scholars and mages and attacks from the shadows, as it is in its own way part shadow. The final demon is perhaps a bit more dangerous, known as a merry lewd. Usually meant to come about and be demons of greed, focusing on desperate people and getting deals with the most desperate of individuals to give them their nightmares, give them their wildest dreams in return for nightmarish repayment. But it seems this one is very focused on collecting blood as opposed to coin.
Okay.
Most of them will be easily felled by blades covered in spectre oil. The Merry Lewd is also quite weak to fire.
Okay.
Interesting.
One thing that the Witchers also know is that the moon dust bomb that Siegryn has will be of use against the Merry Lewd, as it prevents it from having some of its abilities.
Before we kick into gear, Saul,
Yes.
the other thing that my oh shit button does, do I need to say that before people roll, or can I say it after?
You are free to say it after they roll.
Excellent. Okay, that's all I needed.
Excellent. Phoenix, it is your go. You have 3 demons and Tracy of Merville before you, all looking quite angry.
Thanksgiving dinner at the family house. Got you. How far away is this bitch?
You could easily get to her if you didn't have 3 demons that were between you and her.
Well, just distance-wise.
I'll say a good maybe 45, 60 feet.
He said, convincing himself that he could jump that. Could I jump that? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna throw another motherfucker into a motherfucker level of intelligence right now. What he is going to do is, because he had it readied from the last session, he's gonna, which one's the one closest to me right now?
With the way that they're moving, it seems that the one closest to you right now is the Besh.
That's the fire one.
That's the rage demon, yes.
Okay, yeah. And the second one after.
The second closest after that is the Merry Lewd.
Got you. He's going to get a prepped that bottle. He's just gonna crack open that bottle of Quicksilver that he had earlier over his claws. He's gonna go after Ragey Boy.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and give them claw attacks if you're going for claws.
Yes, he's gonna go for claws first. Let's do. Oh, that's damage. That's not what I was doing. Never mind. Oh, that's right. That's damage. I have to do this. My fault. Here we go. 24. 27.
Alrighty, and it will attempt to dodge out of the way, but we'll see how that goes. The first one, unfortunately, is able to slide away from, but you catch it with
Except
your
it doesn't, because I'm going to give the first one a +5 to make that a 29.
Excellent.
Thanks, Dad. No, just appreciate you.
Nienna sees Fenix take off towards this thing, and one of the claws goes up, and it looks like it's going to come up too wide, and she kind of reaches up and grabs something invisible, and Fenix feels his hand come down just a little bit so that it catches it.
All right, I'll roll for a location. It's Gadoosh, and it's Kebab.
Given that this is a more humanoid-looking demon, we will go with the humanoid hit location.
Cool. I wish I had that turned somewhere.
Don't worry.
I'm never worried. I know you got this, home slice.
Okay, so the first location was a 5, and the second location was also a 5. Both of those hit the limb. It's just trying to bring its arms up to defend itself, and you're just rending at it.
Sweet. And the damage on both of those were 12 and 11, and I'm gonna go again. I believe that's a -3.
It will be at a -3. But one thing that you will have to note first is as you are slashing at the Besh, despite the fact it looks skeletal, the bones inside seem to be packed full of a just magical red hate liquefied into its marrow, and it sprays out, dealing you 3 points of fiery damage just from the sheer power of its rage.
That's some fire, damn. I got it. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. But it's 3. Let's get my fancy pen and paper over here. All right, 2 more times, much 3s. $29, 31.
Okay.
I will roll again for that D10 because it doesn't include that in the thing I have. It's a 33.
Alrighty. These will both be criticals. One will be at a +5 damage. The other one will be at a +7 damage.
Got it. Plus 1 claw. 12. 17. That's a 17 and 24.
Okay, go ahead and roll the location if you would, please.
Absolutely. 1 and a 6.
Okay, so that is 17 times 51 to the head. And the other one is hitting its other arm. It is looking, well, angry, of course, but also looking a good bit shaken. Tore off plenty of its magical essence there. Well done.
And I take?
And you take another 3.
Yeah, I'm burning it. And 2 more. Let's speed this up because time is a factor. 2 rolls, -6. 8.
So 22 and 17.
Damn.
The second strike will miss. The first strike will hit. But unfortunately, it does not deal any critical damage.
Gotcha.
Can I apply the negative to their dodge rolls?
Yes, but then you won't be able to apply the negative on their turn. So
fair.
you won't.
Okay,
So you
never
wouldn't
mind.
be-
I'll just leave it. Never mind. Sorry.
Fair enough.
You good. I appreciate it. Claws. 17 to the dome. Oh.
So that will still be the torso. So it will deal full damage. It is looking very shaken. It does not look like it is much longer for its existence, but it does go next.
I take -9. Fuck it. Sure. Let's just. He's just wearing himself out doing this, but fine. 30. Oh my god. Let's go. Come on. Give me another one. 2 30s
So,
for
both at
21. Yes. Damn. Damn you. Oh, that's fire. That's fine. I missed both.
It also had to spend its stamina to keep dodging, so you're helping in its own way. And it will now retaliate. It lets out a horrifying, intensely loud shriek and just works to shove its claws into your torso, just trying to dig deep and pull out flesh. $30 and 26 to hit you.
No, I think so. We'll see. I got to roll that 10. That's awesome.
You do.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Okay, first one is dodged.
Let's go. Beautiful bean footage. 24.
I'm going to apply the -5 to the 26.
All right. It looks like it's just about to catch you and try to dig into your abdomen. And then what happens, Nienna?
You hear Nienna kind of in this almost feral tone because she is desperately clinging for control over all the chaos that's weaving around her. And she again reaches out like she's grabbing something out of midair and then hauls on whatever that is like it's a rope and yanks its hand back. I don't fucking think so.
And its hand just swings back and it just loses all of its momentum. Confused, curious, and, of course, still angry. Next up is Oswald.
Is it me?
It is.
Yep, it is. Yep. All right. I think I'm going to. So there was the Besh, there was the Mary Lude, and what was the other one?
Cosgalid, but unfortunately it is out of sight right now as it let itself basically fade into the shadows.
So I'll redraw my sword, and I am going to go after the Mary Lude.
Okie dokie.
All right, and we'll do some quick fast strikes on it. And first, do I? Before I do that, I am going to go ahead and poison myself again by taking the swallow. By the way.
Okay.
So I'm just regenerating, and poison is going through my veins. So here we go. 29 and a 22.
Okie dokie. Ooh.
Oh. Yes.
So that is a fumble. Let's see how much it fumbles by. Okay, so that will actually cause a much more dire critical amount of damage, giving you 10 extra points of damage to it.
Yes.
And the second one will just be a good strike.
All right. So the first location is, the leg. Second location is also the leg. All right.
It is quite tall, so.
Yeah, all right. That's fair, but... All right, so this will be, let's see here, 4d6, that's going to be 96. Let's roll 9d6, plus, if I remember correctly, we still have the Thunderbolt and the oil on it, so that will be additional 7. So here we go. That's going to be 35.
Okay.
Halved for that first one. And the other one, the other strike will take 39. Oh, and actually, no, that's 45 and 39.
Okay. That is a significant amount of damage, just chunking away at the skeletal frame of the Merilude as it lets out a sound that is akin to a somewhere between like a mix between a Brooks' scream and the sound of a horse neighing.
Oof. All right, I'm going to spend 2 to do some extra attacks.
Okie dokie.
So we'll go. This is S. Ooh, that's a. Yeah, that taking count. So that's a 36 and a 24.
The first one still hits, and the second one will unfortunately miss.
No, well,
Okay. And the second one will get a minor critical.
No,
Actually,
okay.
GM, you're wrong.
Nienna throws out a hand towards the thing and kind of pushes it towards Oswald's sword so that it can't dodge it.
No escape.
First one. Man, I'm just hitting this in
Almost
the leg.
like a wall of force pushing it into his blade.
Man, I love hitting this guy in the leg right now. All right.
What it gets for being tall, I guess.
Yep. Man,
See,
Siegryn, why aren't
Siegryn,
you
it's
going
not always bad to be short.
All right. All right.
If
so
his
then-
leg shot is her head shot.
I wasn't gonna mention that.
All
Come on, you
right.
guys.
First
Friendly
one.
fire.
Dwarf practice looks really awkward on this dummy.
Second one. Ooh, man.
Very nice.
37 and 41 halved.
Alrighty. It is still up. It's looking very injured because, again, you guys are just tearing through these guys.
I'll end my turn. Quick strike.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that one hit.
All right. So where is it? So, yep. First, I have to actually pass against its reflex. So, what's its reflex?
The reflex is 10.
What the fuck? 10? Oh. Okay. Nope. I think I'm going to try. That was shit. I'm going to use 2 points of luck to re-roll that.
Fair enough.
33. I succeed.
You do succeed. You are able to get the quick strike off on it.
Oh, thank goodness. All right. And all right, we'll do a
And here
quick.
comes another hit to the leg.
I swear to God.
This one's at the knee.
$28.
That would hit. Yep.
All right.
Go ahead and roll the location.
All right. Location. Okay. Standard damage this time. Torso.
All right, hit to the torso. You're slowly inching your way up.
Yep.
That's because he took it out at the knee, so it's shorter now. Just
Yeah. 47 damage.
Well, there was a Mary Lude.
I'm just going. Well, time to axe it down a bit and then slice through the torso. There we go.
Oswald hits this thing like a wood chipper. Start at the
Yeah.
base, eliminate the base, then go to the middle.
Pretty
Yep.
much. With the Mary Lude down and letting off another horrifying neighing scream, you are feeling confident. There's one less massive threat to you.
Yep.
And then the two that are coming around from the backside of the house are able to see the fight there with one demon and one witch and they're wondering why isn't there more of the witch's backup? And I am going to flip a coin.
Oh no.
No. Wait.
Ah, yes. Panic Stabby. What a moment.
What does that mean, Saul?
What does that mean?
It means, well,
Oh,
Means fuck you.
the dice do
Fuck you
say
is what it means.
Siegryn,
yeah.
please roll a dodge roll for me.
Oh no!
EF.
What is so small?
Hold on, don't you need to roll another 10 to see how hard he fumbles?
Oh, I
Or
did.
it fumbles? Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm just a little guy.
Okay.
Oh,
You cannot right now. Get out of here.
What the?
Get the fuck.
Stabby, do you have any more luck?
Multiple
I have
consecutive fumbles.
plenty of luck. I have full on luck right now.
So fucking re-roll that guy.
Come on,
For the love of
Cinderella,
God.
you got this.
I'm
Please.
gonna go ahead and drop 2 of my luck to re-roll that. Oh my god.
What in the name?
Please. Just at
For
least
reference
a
at
2.
home, Stabby rolled a 1 on their
No,
dodge roll.
watch me fumble this next one.
Don't you dare say. Okay, good.
Better. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
19.
So-
Better.
You hear a sound that is akin to wood being snapped and broken and twisted, and then you think, wait a second, and you manage to push Render to duck, and a large log almost hits you in the back of the head.
oh,
And I would like both Irileth and Siegryn to give me rolls of awareness.
oh no.
Should have brought your hard hat. Mm-mm.
Oh, and is there a penalty?
There will be a -2 penalty.
I don't think this place is OSHA safe, cuz.
21.
You
With
look
the
out into
penalty.
the dark. You look out into the darkness, and it just seems like it almost seems like something is causing the shadows here, even out from the torchlight, to be deeper, inkier almost. You're not able to tell exactly where it is. And then it is going to spend stamina. Siegryn.
You need to stop bullying me right now.
You see Irileth. Irileth, please roll me dodge and escape.
Oh no.
Let's see. Dodge. $29.
Oh.
You see a claw reach out just from the shadows, and you just, and Irileth takes that as a sign, and gets the fuck out of the way of a claw that was about to reach out. And you can both see this. It almost looks like a desiccated corpse of someone who was at one point incredibly portly, with with eyes that just seem like inky black pits of nothingness, and teeth that are yellow and jagged. And it just seems to just reach out. Just
Is it a free action to speak?
yes.
I shout, "We've got another one over here!"
Is it a
And
free
that's-
action to respond? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anyone who isn't a raging werewolf? Question mark?
Siegryn's just going like,
You know?
oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I'm sorry,
Reaction. Another one.
Nienna's busy trying not to explode, so she's not going to answer.
Okay, cool. Fair.
You're valid.
All right. You gonna come at me again? Come at me again. Come on. What you got?
Unfortunately, it is not. It's going to go after Siegryn.
Unfortunately.
This guy didn't know where he's going.
The betrayal. I can't believe you would gaslight me like this.
What
19?
gaslighting? He's been trying to kill us for the past, 50 minutes?
I think it's the constant switch ups, my guy.
No, I don't.
Come on, Stabby. Roll that dodge and escape.
I got this, you guys. I was
We know
born for
you
this.
do. You are.
I got that dog in me and under me.
You can also
Christ.
roll to parry if it's better, I think.
Wait, where the fuck is my dodge? Right, reflexes. Keep thinking against dexterity. No, not one short.
It's okay. Nienna kind of shifts and makes a makes a gesture like she's turning the hands on a clock back just a little. Kind of Doctor Stranges it. Pushes the guy's hand back enough so that when he comes through again, he's slightly off balance. So the shadowy dude gets a -5 to his roll.
That he does. And with that just pushed back and completely off balance, it just sort of like whiffs past you. Like you can feel the cold wind across your cheek. It's almost biting as its face is like 2 or 3 inches away from yours for a moment.
Oh, you're so desiccated. Oh.
Hit it back.
Hey. And after that, I am limiting how many extra actions each individual enemy. After that, the Tracy of Maryville just stares at Fenix and says, "Fine. I'll have to do things myself." And
That's not
she
good.
is going to bring about rolling her hand across the staff and caressing several sigils on it. You can just see her eyes light up with the same kind of color of red hatred that the Besh has. And she just stares at Fenix.
Can I tell what kind of magic she's using?
Despite the fact that she seems to be empowered a bit by demonic geisha magic, it looks like she is calling on water for the moment.
Yeah, I'm asking if I can identify at least the level of the spell.
Master.
Oh, great. Cool. That I can do to help with that, unfortunately. Not unless I want to court death.
You're good.
You're already courting me. So.
Which is bad enough. I mean, what? No.
Go ahead and
And I'm
roll
going to go ahead and roll her magic casting.
Ooh.
That's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
It is pretty bad. But she has luck.
Okay, go ahead.
Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1. Oh.
I'm gonna apply her -5 to that.
Okay. So that will bring it down a good bit. And you see that she is just slowed a bit, but she still manages to pull up from the ground, like from the soil itself and the grass and plants, killing them, just draining them dry and making them look almost decrepit, water that freezes around her, creating 5 spikes. Which she then holds her hand out almost as a sort of guide for them, and they all fire at Fenix.
Oh, cool.
I will allow you to dodge these.
That's mighty generous of you.
You're quite welcome.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Dionysical. Oh.
Hashtag still better than bloodbending.
Do I just roll dodge 5 times? What am I doing?
Yes, please.
All right. Am I minusing from each one of these?
You're not taking any negatives, but you will have to reduce your stamina by 1 for each one additional dodge past the first one.
All right. Uno. Dos. Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Roll into 210 to see how bad I fumbled at. Kadoosh. All right. 3, 4. That's not good for me, actually. These are pretty bad. That's not the tasty goodness that you want. And also my stamina. This is my invested body.
All right. Fenix,
Mhm.
you take 35 damage.
Okay.
And at the moment you feel the ice embedding itself across your torso and a few in your arms, you can feel yourself slowly starting to flow and seize up. You are being frozen by this ice. And the next turn you will have to try to break out of it or risk being frozen solid.
Okay. Can you hear the thumbs up in my voice?
I can. Brynnhilder.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Brynnhilder, you have seen this bitch throw ice at your chosen brother and has brought about all kinds of demons that are a risk to your blood brother, your friends, and your family itself here.
Oh, this bitch is gonna die. Brynnhilder looks very, very, very angry at this. She's going to break open one of her hangman's venoms, coat divine, and she is just going to charge at this woman with all of the fury that she can muster. I am going to start by taking some quick strikes at her.
Alrighty.
Come on, Bran.
$30 and a 25.
Damn. Okay. The first one looks like it's about to be a miss until Nienna.
How many other baddies are on the field, or have they all gone? So
The rest of the baddies have all gone. So you
Okay,
are free to
then-
use the one on.
yes, I would like to up Brynnhilder's strike by first strike by 5.
Already, both strikes hit.
Nienna kind of reaches out with her hand again, and Brynnhilder's sword almost flashes this like bright kind of silvery white, and then seems somehow lighter and more accurate for just a moment.
Hanged Man's Venom is
Torso, arm.
the Hanged Man's Venom begins to cut deep into her blood. Roll that damage.
45 that first hit,
Nice.
and that does full damage.
And the second one?
44.
All right.
I'd like to swing again.
Brynnhilder, you're free to swing again. As the first strike cuts through the setup of quench that she herself had made, apparently having learned the simpler Witcher signs for her own use. But you are free to strike again.
Two 25s.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
The first one will be a severe critical and will deal an additional 10 points of damage.
Okay, still full in half. One in the torso, one in the leg.
And the extra 10 points of damage from the critical from the first strike will be on the torso.
Indeed.
Yay.
Let's hope the demons go with her.
47 points.
Don't think they will.
Noted.
Wait.
And 38 half to numbers.
19.
19.
To numbers.
Technically accurate.
So, first thing I will say, Brynnhilder, because you have Quen up, you feel the radiating pure hatred that normally belongs to a Besh erupting from her with each strike. It seems that she herself has brought a Besh into her own being and let it ride along, not truly possess, but give her its strength. But with the extra strikes and the magical power of Divine, the Hanged Man's Venom, and your own hatred for her and what she's been doing to everyone you care for, you create great strikes and great slashes, causing blood to erupt from her torso, and then you cut her left leg off at the knee, and she falls, screaming in rage and agony. But you have seen wounds like these before. She is not long for this world.
Am I allowed to take one more hit of her?
I will say that you can, in fact, if you wish, finish this, but you also know that Fenix is someone who has been harmed by her in the past as well.
That is true. How's Fenix looking?
Injured, but with this, you know that with his strength, or a little bit of help, he should be able to break free of that ice, unless he was to be melted by Igni, perhaps.
Could I instead use that final action to help melt that ice then?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll your spellcasting and the damage from Igni.
That I would be at a negative modifier for that too, wouldn't I?
A -6.
$14.
That is enough, given the fact that all signs are basic spells, and you're able to deal it. I believe it's a D6 for each stamina you pump into this with your vigor.
Okay. I will probably put in 2 points just to help melt the ice.
Okay.
So 2d6.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
I'm gonna deal 7 points of fire to the ice.
Which does melt a good bit of it, making it so that it's severely easier for Fenix to be able to bust out of what's left.
Okay. If I'm able to, I'd like to just step on her hair. Make it a little harder for her to move.
Oh, I'll say that you can do that for free.
Awesome.
And now it is the turn of Siegryn and Irileth. Irileth first, but there are no other threats at this initiative level, so you can both go ahead and just go at the same time as you see fit.
Right.
And it's
All
just,
right.
yeah, it's this big demon right in front of us.
There's one big shadowy demon right in front of you, and one very weakened-looking rage demon in the front lines by Fenix.
Okay, which one of these fuckers is the Menudo?
The Mary Lude is dead already.
The Mary Lude, it has been killed by Oswald in a severe swinging of blades.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, will this bomb just as well explode the thing in front of us?
It will cause some problems for the abilities of the Kazkalid, yes.
Excellent. I'm gonna light that shit up and fuck it in this thing's face.
Alrighty. So, you throw it, and because it's right close to you, you don't really need to make a roll to throw it very far. You just watch it just look down at it, look up at you, and then just the bomb goes off.
Siegryn's like, here, hold this.
Pretty much.
Well, the idea behind here, hold this, is that you move first.
It does not look like it does not look like the moon dust itself damages it, but it does severely weaken its abilities.
I'd like to shoot it in the face.
Go ahead and roll.
At least twice,
It's-
probably 3 times.
It's basically at point blank range.
And I definitely say to Siegryn, I'll go high, you go low.
Hell yeah.
Not like she has a lot of options.
Okay, well, I mean, come on.
He was polite and took it into account, you know?
Everybody knew that was coming.
These jabs are so not accessible for me right now.
Not much is, boo-boo.
Shit.
Damn.
Yo, GM, when did you turn on friendly fire?
Oh, that shit's always been on.
28 for the first
Sure.
shot.
Okie dokie. And it does get a chance to dodge. Its dodge is not fantastic. It
Cool. Can Nienna, if Nienna gives me +5, that becomes a crit.
it will be at a minor crit right now, but if she gives you the +5, it will be at a significant crit.
Sure, let's do that.
Sweet.
I was gonna hold it in case you missed, but that's cool too.
27 for the second shot.
Still hits.
All right, let's roll damage for those and see if I need a third. That's going to be... Oh, location. Right now, I aim for the head. What am I doing? 24. 22 becomes 44. From a heavy strike becomes...
Tripled from a top of the head.
132.
Jesus.
It just
And...
coughs once, gets shot in the head, and looks like it is like the closest thing. Oh yeah, the second hit hits also the head, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. It just gets 2 shots right to the middle of the head and just dissipates.
287.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is why the system is fairly lethal when you don't have luck rerolls.
Damn.
Lowers bow, looks at Siegryn. Never mind.
Damn, dude.
Well, that's perfectly fine, darling. At least I didn't have to get all gored up again.
Well, there's still one up front. You want to handle that?
Oh shit, I better. Come on, Renda. And she's going to go ahead and sprint off after that thing on his back.
With
How
the
tall
extra
is this
speed,
thing?
It's about Phoenix's size in werewolf form.
Oh, it's like
Okay.
9 feet tall. Got you.
Yeah.
Is it currently attacking Phoenix right now, or who is it after?
It looks like it's about to attack Phoenix in his slowly melting but currently still frozen form.
Okay. Renda, left arm, boy. And as she zeroes in on this thing from behind, she's going to leap off of Render's back, and she's going to try and tackle and pin its right arm.
All right, you go ahead and give me a brawling roll, and I will go ahead and give a roll for Render.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god! Oh my
Double
god!
tens? Oh.
Here comes Siegryn slithering. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Jesus.
What in the actual? How did you?
And Superman punched this thing's head out of space.
Hey, Saul,
Yeah,
can I give Render my +5?
you sure can.
I'm going to give Render my +5.
Okay.
That's my homie right there.
Hell fucking yeah, let's go.
Well, didn't help, unfortunately.
That's just a no. It's just a whole bunch of no.
Well, it gets out of the way of Render's leaping fangs, but unfortunately was not able to get out of the way of a flying Siegryn bodily tackling a massive demon. How?
Fuck.
I don't know why.
Is this thing going fucking horizontal with how hard I just slammed into it?
I am going to roll its body, and we'll see.
Does it help if I've been taking chunks out of its body?
Oh.
Yeah. There you
go.
Well,
That's a 1.
Never mind.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a natural 1.
Oh, -5, so it rolled a 6.
with a total roll of 6, Yes.
Oh.
It just you just hit into it, and it just takes a second, and then timber and crashes into the ground.
Excellent. With her hitting this thing down with what little weight she does have, I'm gonna have her spend some stamina to start punching this thing in the back of the head with her silver knuckles. How much stamina do I need to spend on that?
You need to spend 1 point. It will be 1 point of stamina, and just remember that because you're aiming for if you're aiming for the head, it'll be at a -6, in addition to the -3 from the additional action.
Ooh, okay.
Triple damage.
Ahead and spend that 1 stamina. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. And just considered a strong strike or a special move.
You can choose to do a strong strike if you want, but that'll be an additional -3.
Oh.
Or you can just go ahead and do quick strikes. I believe you can with a brawling attack.
Mama, help me. If this isn't a special strike, I don't know what the fuck is.
I'll go ahead and do that. And since it's an extra action, I'll go ahead and make that a yes. And that's going to be with my silver knuckles. Attack the head. All right, here we go. Oh, hang on. I think I borked that. Yeah, I did. 1 moment. Technical difficulties. There we go. Now we're back.
We'll be right back after these messages. Oh, we're back.
I think you said technical, but man, it sounded like tentacle.
It really did sound like tentacle.
Maybe that's what I said. It's the Witcher. Anyway, roll the dice.
Okay. It's having me choose 2 different attack locations.
That'll be if you're doing
Just your quick
strike.
striking.
Yeah, just do random on both if you can.
Oh,
Unless you
random
want
on
to go
both.
ahead.
Okay.
Well, no, he said he was aiming for the head, didn't
Oh,
he?
if you're aiming for the
Yeah.
head, then just go ahead and do head.
Okay, just head on both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Give both. No,
Give Max head.
give head
Ah.
to both.
Oof.
Maybe I should roll my luck on that.
It's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah,
Send it.
that's two luck.
Yeah.
2 luck per one you want to reroll. You can choose to reroll both.
I'm gonna save up my last 2 luck. I'll just do the 1 reroll.
Okie dokie.
Okay, I'm gonna do quick fast strikes again, and I'm just only the first one's gonna count because I don't know how to reroll it separately.
So
Hello.
noted.
Do silver knuckles, head, and then I'm just not gonna care about the second one. Okay, well that's improvement. 15.
I will give Siegryn her +5.
Alrighty.
I believe demon defense is at a -5 for prone.
It will be at a -5 for prone.
Sick.
That's another natural one.
Solomon, how do
What are
you
you
keep rolling so
doing?
many ones?
Doing? How is this
It's
happening to you?
because I'm sitting next to him and just radiating all that bad luck that I have as a storyteller.
You've infected Solomon.
Yeah.
It seems that all the good luck happened last week with getting hit in the head.
Yep.
Which kind of demon is this?
This is
Me.
the Besh, the rage demon.
This demon was like getting drunk with his bros and then got a call and showed up being like, "Hey, are you here to talk?" Wham, 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 wham.
Very much. Well,
Getting fucked up by a werewolf and a dwarf comes out of fucking nowhere like a split second later.
We can't speak his language, but he's definitely saying, "Stop, stop, stop."
Ow, fuck. Ah,
oh shit, false.
Haha, you got frozen. Wham!
Go ahead and roll the damage for that. I believe that because that it is a grand total with the brass knuckles 2d6 plus 4.
3d6 plus 4 sounds good.
2d6 plus 4.
Oh, 2d6 plus 4. Okay. And is that with having hit it in the back of the head?
Saul,
Yes.
did you roll another d10 to see how low that actually is to see if she gets a crit?
You're right. I apologize. Let me see how low that actually.
That's pretty low.
That's real low.
That's a crit, isn't it?
That is the most severe kind of crit there is. So it'll deal an extra 15 points of damage.
And it's to the head.
Okay, so how many dice am I rolling since I hit it in the back of the head? Like really hard?
You'll be rolling the regular 2d6 plus 4, but you'll be tripling the damage.
Okay, I will go ahead and do that.
Boxcars.
Oh, I wish I kind of rolled a little
That's
higher
not
on
bad.
that.
Triple.
Okay.
75.
75's pretty nice. I'm not gonna.
You bring the knuckles back and just push your fist through the raging skull of this demon, and it just shatters and clatters all over the place with its bones hitting one another, and just seems to let off a small blast as it is destroyed. And you get thrown up in the air and then fall back into the dust that was left behind, smelling of sulfur.
Oh, well, I've been in worse positions. Oh, my nose.
I got bash up my nose.
I got bashed up in the
Irileth is going to take his move to join the rest of the group.
And with that, you all are able to see that Fenix, as it's your turn, go ahead and give me a physique roll, if you would, please.
That's okay. What? Man, I don't think I've had to roll this yet. And here I was rocking. Oh, that's not bad. Not too shabby at all, actually. Yep.
You're able to just basically just flex your muscles and just move and continue walking as you break the ice. Your wounds already beginning to close. And you can look down with Tracy of Miravel, the woman who has caused so much pain to you and yours, having trapped a godling 6 times on you and your friends, killed many of your family members, and worked to kill so many more. She's staring up at you, pure hatred still rolling in her eyes. It wasn't. This was supposed to be the end of it. I was supposed to win.
You know, I know that you're aware of this. I think he would have dropped the werewolf form at this point if this was the case. As he kneels down. Suffocating in your own blood is one of probably the most painful deaths I can imagine. It's what you did to my father. My mother, you threw her up into the chandelier where she hung for days. But I promised you something else. He puts his hand to her torso and starts pushing down. I promised you I was going to rip out your spine. And he's going to push down through her into her body, nice and slow until he reaches it.
It's a little bit easier, thankfully, due to Brynnhilder's cut across her torso. And you're able to reach in, and you can feel the warmth of her blood. It burns a little, thanks to the demon that's within her still. But you're able to reach the bone and grasp the vertebra. And she just continues to stare up at you with hatred in her eyes. There's nothing left behind it. No scheming, no control of chaos, just hate. You do not have to roll.
This. Revenge isn't sweet. I'm not happy about this. But I am ecstatic at the idea of a future without you in it. A future for my family's name, for my sisters still in hiding, and for the brothers and sisters I pray are still out there. Burn along with the demons buried inside you. And he will yank. Slowly. He's going to take his time.
It is not a quick process, but it is one that you are able to perform without much resistance. Until, with more sickening pops and the sliding of bone from flesh, you have her spine. Did you also take the skull with the spine?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
and thus,
I'm paying so much homage to Ed Boon right now. That's what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And thus you did take her skull and spine, her mind trapped within, as the life leaves her and the light leaves her eyes. And you are now holding the bloodied skull and spine of the woman who caused so much death towards you. What are you going to do with it?
He's just going to take the skull in one hand and he's just going to crush it. And just throw it on the ground.
Understood. Siegryn, please give me a roll of body.
Oh, perfect. Come on.
I mean, have you seen
There it
many
is.
such things like this?
Okay.
I'll say that you're able to keep in your lunch, if only just to not ruin the moment. It takes a second, but you're able to steady yourself. And you all see darkness, shadow, seeping out from her flesh as her spirit leaves what's left behind and goes towards the door.
I shoot it.
You dissipate a little bit of it as you shoot it. And
I'd like to do something.
Okay.
I would like to cast Spectral Tether the second I see it headed for the door.
Go ahead and roll it.
I'm gonna reroll with my last 2 luck. Actually, no. I'll hold my luck, but I am gonna apply my +5 to that. Oh no, wait, I gave it to Render. God damn it. I'm assuming
what
Render doesn't get his own plus.
He does.
Oh, well then I would like to put my +5 towards this because I gave Render his +5. My bad.
Fair enough. You were able to tether her spirit to her corpse. And then you see a figure in yellow robes step out from the house and work to reach out and just put his hands on the soul. I told you that it wouldn't work out so well for you, Teresia. Gaunter O'Dim stands holding, almost caressing, the dark soul of Teresia of Marivel. Focused entirely on her. His eyes not even lifting away as he works to gently begin pulling to try to get the tether away off of her soul.
Nienna will talk to everybody else. She'll immediately drop the spell, the tether spell, and we'll talk to everybody else. Just look away and don't say a word.
Phoenix instinctively goes werewolf, kind of on a reflex, but he does actually listen to that.
Nienna doesn't look at Gaunter Dim. She looks away.
And I'm guessing that's are Siegryn and Brynnhilder going to look away as well?
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
She'll actually tilt Render's head away too.
I will take advice on this mage because I don't know what the heck is going on, so I will just turn away.
I don't know if that protection extends to Oswald, but
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. Oswald, this is there's this guy we used to know. He's kind of an ass. Just be cool.
He takes the soul and then just begins to squeeze and crush it in his hand, and you all can hear the same voice that Teresia had, but in sheer unending agony as he just squeezes his hand closed with a smile on his face. Oswald of Irileth.
I'm just after this, like, who?
He's going to get the absolute death glare from Brynnhilder.
Who are you? How do you know me?
I know a great many things. As for who I am, I've been called the Master of Mirrors, the Mirror Merchant. Your sister knows me as Gaunter O'Dim.
I'm just...
accept no offers, make no deals.
Noted. What are you doing here?
Collecting on a contract.
I'm just...
What? Phoenix tenses up a bit.
Oswald.
What?
No.
I'm not saying anything.
I just wanted to thank you, and I would ask that you tell your sister thank you. This contract has been long running and woefully short on returns for several years now. It's good to finally be able to close it. I don't wish to create any other deals with you, my dear Vatgern. Just do feel free to pass the word along. And then he will just turn and walk away into the night, whistling a shrill and haunting tune.
What the fuck is he talking about?
She made a deal with him. You killed her.
And that's how he was able to reappear in this
Did it
world.
involve my family?
Probably.
Possibly.
Ugh.
But I don't think in the way that you expected. In the way that you're thinking. If anything, he wanted them dead, but he wouldn't have any claim on what came out of them. Unless they're the ones who made the deal. Now, if you will excuse me, I don't know how long I can hold on to the chaos, so I'm going to go see if I can keep the promise I made.
Yeah, let it go, please.
Nienna is not letting it go. She is headed for the basement. She made a
Irileth will go with her, supporting her if need be.
help.
You are able to head into the basement where the godling looks up and just gets right to the very edge of the circle again and says, "You're alive. I felt something horrid upstairs. I thought that maybe it had gotten you."
No. Came for her.
Well, good. Bitch fucking deserved it.
I'm inclined to agree. Nienna has Irileth kind of help her kneel down. She is fucked up looking, by the way. Like, the blood has not stopped coming. And she is shaking and she is pale. She is going to start the process of trying to break the spell that was overlaid the original circle. She wants to leave the original circle intact if she can, because she doesn't have a handy pocket druid to fix it.
Alrighty. You are... Give me a roll of, let's go ahead and call it ritual casting, given that this is more of like a ritual sort of build-up as opposed to a quick spell to break the blood sigils.
Is this considered a new round?
This will be considered a new round.
Okay. Do I have any bonuses outside of my +5?
Outside of the +5, I will say that given the tools and the various materials that you have at your disposal, especially after getting rid of so many demons, and with the tools at the table and such, you're able to go ahead and get a grand total of a +4 on top of the +5.
Okay, so I have a +9 total. Okay, come on, Nienna. I'm gonna re-roll that. I have 2 more points of luck. Let's fucking do it. $29?
You bring the chaos to bear. Take another 5 points of damage, given the amount that you're pulling out.
Okay.
Of course, or, I believe you had 1 stamina left, so you could take 1 stamina and then 4 points of damage.
Oh no, I had to use that stamina to cast the tether spell.
Oh, that's fair. So yeah, 5 points of damage.
23 hit points left, guys. It's gonna be great.
But you were able to wipe the blood sigils away, just pushing them out with your own chaos. And the godling looks down, looks at you, looks down, looks back up at you, and then steps very slowly, gingerly past the line of the circle, steps out of it, and then, despite how you look and how you're feeling, she rushes up and just leaps up into a hug, hugging you tightly. "You let me go. I'm free."
Nienna catches her and probably immediately topples. It's got nothing in the tank. Lets go of the chaos kind of all at once. And hugs her back. Oh, it worked. Lovely.
It did. I'm free. I can go wherever I damn well please now.
You can.
Cool.
And the circle is here if you ever want to come back and help the community, but you're not bound to it.
Oh, I'll come back here and there, but I won't be staying here no more. I think I need a change of scenery after about... How long has it been? And then she just counts on her hands, just on her fingers.
Well, let's start by heading upstairs.
60 years?
Shit.
Welcome to freedom, little one.
And she will get up and just like grab at both of your grab both hands on your arm to try to help pull you up, and will hold your hand as you head back upstairs.
Nienna is leaning on Irileth so that she doesn't fall, but we'll walk alongside her.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And the moment that you all head back outside, the godling rushes over to Oswald and Brynnhilder.
Yeah.
Look where I am. I'm not down there no more.
And she'll get on a knee. I'm happy for you.
Thanks. I think I owe you this. And she pulls out a doll that looks like it is made from bits of grass and straw, with a like perfectly round white stone head, with a painted set of eyes and smile, and what looks to be a tuft of her own hair that she put on top of it, and it looks, albeit very childishly, a lot like you, Brynnhilder.
Well. And she gingerly takes it in her hand. And kind of looks it over. I'll treasure it for as long as I can. Thank you. But I think it's time for you to go. You've been here far too long. And she'll smile at that.
I couldn't agree more. Which is why I want to come back and live with you guys.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
You've all done right by me, and the first people who've done right by me in the past 60 years. I think I owe you a bit more than a thank you now.
Irileth looks at Siegryn. Huh?
oh, well, I do have a school that helps
She's
the
not a child.
magically inclined, but a godling is slightly different.
A little bit. Plus, I don't want to go to school. School's boring.
We have a number of farmlands and gardens that I'm sure would make lovely places for you to rest and could use your touch.
That sounds better.
Excellent. One more magical being to tell the staff about. And she'll kind of laugh a little bit and look at Irileth.
Could you not? I'd really like to keep it as a surprise.
Special surprise for later.
They've
I
been
like
through
this
an
kid.
awful lot, and they're all equipped with silver. We should probably tell them.
I do like this kid.
And then she just
Not a
turns to
kid.
Irileth and just stomps her foot. I'm not a kid!
I do like this small,
Probably older than you are.
There you go.
Man.
I do like this small person.
There you go. Not as small as that one, and she points to Siegryn.
Very few people are, dear.
I'm almost entirely certain that I'm slightly taller. And you see her, like, blink and you miss it. She just gets up a little more fractionally onto the balls of her feet.
I hate to say it pint size, but got you on this one.
We're going to have to put lifts in that one's shoes.
I already did.
She's okay.
I love this.
Listen, it wasn't until you started like trying to size up someone else actually your size that I had to say anything. Okay, I'm sorry.
She takes off her boots and she looks down into the soles. Jim, are they lifted?
as best as one could do comfortably.
You see nothing but abject betrayal on her face.
And those are your traveling boots. You should see the ones you just walk around in school every day.
I can't believe you've done this to me.
And you're actually looking inside. If you look at the insole of the shoes, I'm actually kind of proud of this work. He actually takes up one of the shoes. If you actually look right here, there it is. Around the. Are you upset?
Fuck.
Listen,
I can't believe you've
Hey,
done this.
listen, you are significantly shorter than most of the kids walking in that school. I knew it was affecting you, so I did something for you.
Oh.
Oswald just has a slight smirk on his face at this conversation.
I'm so glad I punched that demon so hard that his head exploded. I'm going to be lording that all over all of you from now on.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Now, O Puncher of Demons and gathered professionals, what do you say we burn this body and go get a drink?
Oh, that sounds absolutely wonderful. I could do with a stiff drink.
I think I need to sleep.
You need to drink water. There is too much of your blood on the outside of your... Come here.
All right. Everyone go on ahead. I'm going to burn the body.
Irileth gives a solemn nod and starts leading Nienna back towards wherever.
Ready. Before you head off, our keen-eyed individuals are able to see that within the dust of that rage demon, there is actually a small glowing stone that has a symbol on it.
Oh.
Cool. I pick it up.
It is a rune stone, one that looks to be attuned to the element of fire. There, and with another look around, you're able to see that there's another stone where the Mary Lude once stood, where it looks to be glowing blue.
Right.
Starts picking up these stones.
I think
Sure.
Nienna will stop a couple steps into them walking away. I need her staff. It needs to be cleansed, and it might be useful later.
I got it. I'll make sure you take care of it when you're all rested up.
Be very, very careful. Please.
Absolutely.
Nienna has this look on her face like she desperately does not want to have to perform an exorcism after the day that she's had. So she's like, please, please be careful with the demon-tainted staff.
Fair enough.
No.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
You are able to all head off. Fenix, you are easily able to find enough to burn the body. Do you do it with any sort of like ceremony, or just dig a hole and throw fire in it?
Oh, well, yeah, he's thinking really highly of Phoenix with that statement. No, he waits for it all to... He waits for a bit, then he's going to go over to the horse stall, grab a shovel, get some dung, and throw it on top to throw the fire out. He doesn't deserve a barrow. And then he's going to go get himself a...
You begin to head off, and you head into the tavern where all the professionals are.
Oh, wait, can I rewind that 1 second? Was there another stone by that shadowy bit?
There were actually a good number of stones by that shadowy bitch.
You'll grab this one next to the shadowy bitch, too.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And I will list these acquired stones for the professionals in the chat.
Thank you. But then, yes, he will join the others in the...
Okay. You head into the tavern and you see the professionals. You also do see your sister and her two knights, who currently seem to be sitting and drinking with a werebub, and a Vran, who are just like toasting at the moment. She clocks you and the other professionals, but after giving you a small look of almost shock, she turns back to her party and just looks to excuse herself before standing up and heading over to join you with the others.
Irileth puts down a bunch of beers and says, "For the record, I said conspiracy on day 1. Just want to remind everybody."
Did you remember the water?
Yes. Here you go.
Nienna will water.
Didn't you also say it was a conspiracy when someone stole your knickers a while back?
How do you know about that? Unless you're the culprit.
I am, actually.
No, actually, I told him about it. After I stole your knickers.
Oh, come on. I was going to let him have it for a little while.
What? Anyway.
I just wanted to see if I could do it, honestly.
You do know that I was aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, we don't do these things thinking you didn't know about it. Like, I don't.
Nienna will look over at Irileth and give. I was begging you to get rid of that pet anyway. So.
Anyway. A toast to Fenix. You've avenged the dead. Few get the chance, and even fewer follow through.
And Brynnhilder came home and freed a friend.
You're here. And you see that the godling has grabbed one of the beers for herself.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah, indeed.
No.
No?
Thank you all. We lost our family when we were really young. And we had to be in hiding for, well, until now.
Yeah, man.
Nah, just thank you.
Of course. We're more than just professionals, after all. We're family, too.
And Siegryn, I gotta owe you an extra big thank you. Do you want to know why?
Why's that?
Because in the biggest moment, the biggest one of them all, you didn't throw up.
You're absolutely right. I think that's a new record for me, honestly.
Deeply appreciate it.
Oh, they clap. Nienna
Not
does
throwing up.
Nienna does a very light, polite clap.
Thank you. I do try.
All right. 2 proposals. We get shit-faced and talk
You're
business
proposing?
tomorrow, or we talk business now. And what?
Oh, you said 2 proposals, one for the business, and then I thought you were proposing. I'm like, damn, well, I mean, if there's ever a moment to do so.
I think that would make it 3.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Is there like an order of operations? That's what something Irileth would say, actually. Sorry, using your phrasing.
Irileth is like looking at Nienna. Like,
If you propose to me while I am covered in blood and so exhausted I can barely sit up, I might slap you.
wouldn't be the first time.
Probably won't be the last.
Certainly not. But I've had a very long day, so
Yeah.
let's leave the
business now or
happy
later.
things for later.
Yeah.
Now I suppose might as well.
monster invasion.
Oh. Well,
Ah.
Yes, that.
Shit.
Our problem is solved. The world's problem isn't. It's going to take some doing.
well, I'm not exactly sure how fixing that of all things.
I mean, if you can make a bunch of silver weapons, we'll be off to a good start.
I think the preference here is stopping it before it happens, because I know for a fact there's not enough silver in all the realms for that. Might I ask you a favor, Irileth?
I mean, yeah, you can ask.
He just like points to like his forehead. Just shut that off for one night, please.
Okay. Drunk it is.
Here. And he's gonna give his sister a hug.
And she has been quiet pretty much this entire time as she listened to you. But she just looks at you with tears of joy in her eyes and a smile on her face. I wish I could have been there to see it. But it's so
I'm happy you weren't. We had a flying dwarf again.
Wait, again? That happens more than once?
Yeah, I have a habit of
Apparently.
doing it fairly often.
Strangely frequently, really.
I'm surprisingly
effective.
aerodynamic.
Huh. She just doesn't really know how to respond to that aside from to just squeeze her brother harder.
Yeah, perhaps I could show you sometime.
Maybe you can.
It's true. It's an impressive thing. I hear.
Just maybe, dwarf. And she will give you a very sly wink.
Her face lights up and she immediately composes it back down to a little simmer as she winks back.
We need more white gold.
So you take it that our business is concluded here, Oswald?
That is correct.
Excellent. We've managed to conclude our business with our business associates. Take the rest of the night to enjoy yourself. We'll be heading out again for the next town to speak to that young halfling fellow who is beginning a new apiary.
All right.
Brother, would you mind if I stayed with you and yours for the time being? The business over there has gotten quite dull.
Or the merrier, if Lady Nienna is accepting of such an ask.
Lady Nienna?
As you wish.
Thank you.
I'll ask you again in the morning when you can think straight.
I think she just means for the evening, yes? Did say that they had to move on in the morning?
It's quite true. Though we will be sure to keep in touch. I'm sure that House Gersahog and the new House Nienna, I suppose it would be.
Henbuyer.
Henbuyer. I think that we could have a wonderful partnership.
Perhaps. When I'm a little more coherent, we can talk business.
Excellent. And she will settle down in a chair near Siegryn.
Hey, Siegryn.
Yeah.
just kind of over his sister's head, you see two glowing eyes sending a very clear message.
I'm gonna wingman Siegryn as much as is needed.
She just kind of like smiles back innocently as she sassily tips up her tankard and takes a little sippy.
The message is clear. Break her, I break you.
And the only thing I hope to have broken by the end of this night is my hips. I'm sorry, what?
That was not all means if you want to say that out loud. I'm here for it.
Shit.
Brynnhilder's going to finish off her water, beer, whatever it is.
Same point,
Still,
girl.
still not strong enough for a witcher. And just rest her tankard down. I'm gonna go and check on the horses. You all have a good night. And she'll stand up from this horn fest and walk away.
I'll go with, and Gemma just like downs the rest of her mostly full tankard all in one, and then just sets it down and moves to follow after, trips, falls flat on her face, then gets up and runs after Brynnhilder again.
Well, Witcher has a new shadow.
And a cute one this time.
Indeed. It occurs to me that we ought to go check on the family. Yara.
I'll check in with Yara in the morning.
Well, I'm exhausted, so I'm going upstairs anyway. I'll check on Yara when I go.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
As you wish, my love.
You head on up to the top, and you can see that pretty much just outside of the room, Yara is currently just set on a seat. One moment, small technical difficulty.
Sorry, what did he say?
Technical.
There was a technical...
Sorry about that. Something came unplugged.
Oh, okay.
We're all good now. You see that Yara is just in a chair that he just brought up from downstairs, and just sit it down, just flipping a small silver knife up and down and catching it repeatedly, then doing a few rolling it across between his fingers a little bit. He looks over to you and smiles. Boss lady.
Everything quiet?
As quiet as 4 kids cramped in a small space and their woefully tired parents can be.
I'm looking around. Do I see Egil?
You do not.
Where is he?
He stepped out. Figured you didn't want to be seeing him after a whole bunch of work tonight.
So he just left.
Well, he said he would be nearby, but he figured again, you weren't exactly happy to see him last time, so.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Very well. Well, I'm going to bed. Thank you, Yara, for your service.
Sure. I mean, I can stick around if you're willing to actually pay me this time, and
Can we negotiate it in the morning?
yeah, I suppose.
I will pull a couple of coins from my pocket and drop them into his hand. For your room.
Great. Outside, as Nienna and is Irileth going to bed with Nienna or just taking Nienna to bed?
She's going straight to sleep, so if he wants to go back and drink with her, she will not complain.
Yeah. Now is not the time for an intense conversation.
No.
Outside, in the stables, where Gemma is helping to take care of the horses and just patting at them softly, they all seem very calm, much as they would with Irileth and Nienna. Almost the same sort of magical calm as it is with elves from Gemma. She's just patting at them, just like, yeah, these are so pretty. It's been a while since I saw so many pretty beasts.
Yeah, they're something to behold, aren't they? She's gonna go in and give Betty just a little bit more attention than the others.
And Gemma will step up onto a bale of hay and then just hop up onto Betty, like into the saddle. She's a pretty beast too, strong-willed.
Isn't she?
She says she likes it when you rub at her neck.
And she'll give Gemma a quirk of the brow and then just go to rub Betty's neck.
To which Betty will just let off a soft like huff, but almost like stretch her neck out more to get more of the gentle rubbing.
Your kind's really good with them, with the animals. It's been a while since I've seen another godling.
Well, in too long, I think. We're great to be around.
You are. You are capable of, a good prank every now and again.
Ain't that so? That's why I asked that the guards not be told. I thought it would be more fun if they didn't know I was coming.
Oh, you know that you're gonna be trouble with the, guards and with our master of the watch. But might be fun to keep them on their toes a little bit. I think they've been getting a little too lazy for my liking.
Think of it as trading. And the trading never ends.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna like having you around, kid.
I think I'll like being around. And then she just looks up a little bit and to the right. Who's that? And you hear footsteps coming in from behind you, and you see Eggle. Little bird.
Eggle.
You're still in one piece. That's positive.
Barely. That's on me.
Did you get the job done?
Yeah.
Did you walk away from it?
Yeah.
Then you did a good job.
I did a job.
No. Any job you walk away from is a good job.
Eggle. Meet Gemma. She's gonna be joining us, back at the castle.
He just looks up to her and she just like gives a very bright, toothy smile and just waves her hand like a little, really excited kid. So are you trying to collect monsters now? I'm not a monster.
She's, At least it's the ones that are good and know how to help. Some people like to collect demons, so...
Fair enough. So I take it that you'll be heading back to your keep here shortly.
Probably tomorrow, maybe a little bit later. And she's gonna drop her hand from Betty's neck and turn to just fully face him. I'm glad to see that you're alive. But I have people who I have to look out for. And they don't entirely trust you.
Can't say I blame him. Haven't really given much reason to.
Can I ask something?
Anything.
What about his cause did you find so attractive that you put all of your trust into a mage that you knew barely anything about?
Well, I didn't know nothing about him. I'd had a few run-ins with the squirrels, Squirtle. He wasn't on really a first-name basis with their leaders, but he wasn't exactly unknown to them either. Couple meetings, civil enough. He came to me saying that he had proof that there was going to be another conjunction of the spheres sooner rather than later. He said that he was dedicated to making sure that this continent, that this realm, was prepared for it. I didn't want to believe him at first, but then he kept showing me the actual proof, the signs, all kinds of testimonies from pellers and fortune tellers and cunning women that something was going to be hitting the fan soon. So, with the proof, I had a little more faith. And he was so sure, so damned sure, that he was doing the only option. Pragmatism came into play. I just made sure that he didn't go thinking I would be performing the trial of grasses on anyone. That's one bit of knowledge that I'm okay being lost forever.
We're a dying breed. And I think that might be for the best.
I'm not saying that we should all go away, but I definitely am okay with there being no more new ones of us. Unless we can find a way to do it without having the mutations. If there can be a way for us to be stronger, for us to just let it be a way of training. Nothing dangerous to anyone like that we went through. Then maybe. But if not, I think it's okay that we're the last.
Our school doesn't even exist anymore. We are the last of our school. The bears are dying, the wolves are dying. The cats might be, might not be. But I've never particularly been fond of the cat school.
No one is. It's especially harder to keep track of them since they're nomadic. They didn't really have a set place. And I haven't heard anything from the school, from my buddies in the School of the Manticore.
What about the vipers?
Last one I really heard anything about, other than sightings of one in Skellige. Last I heard, Letho was still on the continent, but I don't exactly see him coming out to play given his reputation, Kingslayer and all.
Yeah. I almost died. I don't. And she looks around before sort of letting her guard down her shoulders, like, finally, like, fall. I don't think that would have been a bad thing.
I do. I think the world would have lost a great mind and someone who actually has a lot of integrity. And I know for damn sure that your friends would have lost someone very important to them. I can tell you this right now, Bryn. You are cherished. You are important to people. But you need to do what's right for you. Witchers generally don't walk the path anymore. Nilfgaard has got us, for the most part, on leashes. They have us performing services. But some of us can have a quiet life. You need to do what's right for you.
Well, the only thing that I can think of to do that's right for me is, and she'll roll that glove to expose the hand that's just suffered from nerve damage and being broken time after time after time again, to the point where it's like bent and her fingers are all fucked up. I want to have full control over my magic again. Unfortunately, nobody can fix this. Not Nienna. Not the best doctors. I have to choose between swinging a sword and flinging a spell when I used to be able to do both masterfully. I used to be a free witcher before I was constantly being tied down and passed on from one noble to the other, until eventually I found myself landed at Lady Nienna's beck and call, which isn't a bad thing. But it wasn't my choice. I don't get to do my job for its enjoyment anymore. It is solely to serve somebody else. And I've grown compliant with that. And that is all that I'll ever be, is compliant. They call on me because I have a duty to serve and to protect the next noble that they throw to me. I'm just lucky that this time, this one happens to like me a little bit more than the last.
Do you think she'd like you enough to set you free?
Even if I want to, what good is a witcher who's totally broken? I do best to protect her. And to make sure that she knows somebody actually appreciates her.
I see.
What can you do? I've got Betty. Now I can kind of take off and go on rides whenever I see fit, because I am the one that she obeys, and she'll go ahead and give Betty another scratch.
I understand.
And now I've got Miss Gemma on my side.
And she just gives a bright smile and a thumbs up, though she does look a little shaken by the weight of the conversation.
I'm sorry, this was not appropriate for me to have in front of you.
You need to talk how you need to talk. Conversations are important. Appropriateness be damned. And who says that nothing can fix your hand?
Well, we've tried everything. Potions and oils and magic and... They've mended the wounds, but And she, slips her glove back on. The residual damage will always be there. And you have been overworked. So, I don't want you to try to pull anything. Not until you've had at least 3 months' time to take care of yourself.
Fair enough. But I'll do what I can. You saved me. You and everyone else. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay that. But I can try.
Thank you. And she'll turn to Egil. Thank you for everything.
Of course.
She'll pluck Gemma off of the horse and get her back down so she doesn't have to struggle bus to climb onto a hay bale. And give her like a little pat on the head. I might need to go rest for a little bit. Almost dying kind of makes you a little tired, but take care of Oswald.
I'll do what I can. Oh, before you go, I noticed that you were going into battle woefully underprepared.
I
So
don't
got
want
you
to talk
something.
about it.
And he will hold out a pack for you. This should be sized right.
She'll peer into the packet and see what all he's provided for her.
Inside is a full set of what looks to be leather armor made of a deep, dark leather. Like the leather looks almost like it's been dyed black, but it doesn't look like the artificial color that dye gives. It almost looks like it was made that way. Picked this up a while back and never really had much use for it. I preferred heavier stuff. They should let you stay nimble, though.
Thank you.
Sure.
And I get my family off my back. I can only imagine what my chosen brother is going to say to me in regards to not having armor. But
I'm pretty sure he'll say a lot, but maybe this will at least lessen the lecture by a little bit.
yes. But I appreciate it.
Anytime.
And it's awkward and kind of painful to look at, but she's going to wrap an arm around him kind of like awkwardly, like she's trying to like give him a hug.
And he just freezes for a moment before putting both arms around in like a very tight, like warrior's embrace. The hug holds for a bit, with Gemma having moved behind Eggle to just mime throwing up before he will pull back a little bit. Take care, little bird.
Until we meet again.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
And hopefully on better terms.
He will just nod and then turn and begin walking away, heading into the crowd of people going about their business.
Alright. We should head back before you throw up.
Too right. God, I was wondering how long it was going to last. I might have actually vomited.
Come on, let's go. She'll, she's just gonna pick the godling up, Simba style. And haul ass.
And you head back inside.
Anyways, that was how I defeated the demon. Quite impressive, isn't it?
At this point, Phoenix has left a little while ago to go find Tasha.
And she is easily found. Are you going to then return to the table or going elsewhere?
No, he's no, he's just gonna go find her and talk to her for a moment.
All right. You find her, it's sitting in the corner, just swirling a goblet of wine that very obviously doesn't look like it's very high quality, but just enjoying it nonetheless. She smiles up to you. Hey there.
Hey, gonna sound stupid, but mind if I sit?
Yeah, sure.
Like that, and like scratches the back of his head. Thank you for everything.
Hey, what are friends for?
Friends do a lot of things, but they don't willingly march into a hellscape with a necromancer.
Well, I didn't really do the marching. I left that to you.
It's true. But I took you for granted in a lot of ways because I never thought that I was going to make it out of this alive.
Well, what'd you go thinking that for?
In a lot of circumstances, I should have wound up dead. But now that everything's over, I'm seeing things a bit clearer. For the first time in a long time, the monster actually wants to live. Or sees a future in which he can.
Any goals in this future?
Spending more time with you.
I think that could be arranged.
Maybe we travel for a while. See the world through your eyes for a bit, because you've only seen it through mine.
We'll have time.
Absolutely. But I think the next goal, all these things can be accomplished in one instance. We get the actually decent wine and go back to the room.
I think that sounds like a great idea. And everyone is able to enjoy the rest of their evening of revelry, drinks, stories, jokes, laughing.
Sleep.
Sleep for some.
Sleep. Sleep. Sleep.
And you all dream pleasantly. Your dreams are all your own, but you all just wake up with a smile on your face. The godling is currently at the foot of Nienna's bed, just like staring up at her. Good morning.
Good
God
morning.
damn it. Irileth throws a knife over its head.
Yes.
And then
That's
she
not-
just scampers out of the room.
I think that means it's time for us to get up.
God, those eyes too. Oh, Jesus.
Nienna
God,
will
it's going to feel good to feel back in the castle, surrounded by guards.
I actually agree with you. I think it might be time for us to get up. Or
Yeah, I
next
guess
it'll
so.
be Siegryn, and we all know how that goes.
Siegryn, you wake up and there are big eyes like maybe 2 inches away from your face. Good morning.
She somehow manages to sink a little deeper into her bed. Hi, darling. Wow, your eyes are very big. How are you?
I'm fine. Get up. We're going for breakfast. And she just boops you right on the nose and scampers out.
she just like sits there staring at the ceiling for a few moments, and then she... Oh, is that what it's like to be on the receiving end of that? My God, what a monster I've been.
Storyteller,
Yes.
just for my own curiosity.
We got to
Is
know.
there any? Yeah, is there? Just curious. Like, is there someone else in there?
No.
Okay.
They rolled really high on their stealth.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
And then Brynnhilder wakes up, not, well, a little bit naturally, and then also hearing, Bryn, and then there's just a godling jumping into Bryn's bed.
And she immediately grabs Divine and, like, hurls up, probably accidentally knocking the godling back a little bit.
Ah!
Oh, okay. Just you. Okay. Not just you. I'm happy you're here. What day is it?
The next day.
Oh no.
The next day.
I'm using that forever. That's the correct answer to that question.
Let's go. A mug. I
I think we found our next piece of HHS branded merch.
We're making a coffee mug that just says "It's the next day."
Oh no!
Come on, I made breakfast for everyone.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Well, I guess everybody's going downstairs. Nienna and Irileth have no idea that the godling is cooked.
Well, thank you. That helps.
Sure. And then she will just go ahead and head downstairs. When you all do eventually make it downstairs, Fenix, you were left alone because you had company that she doesn't know.
Yo, it's real chill.
Yeah.
Everybody else, fuck you.
Yeah.
When everyone else heads downstairs, you all see that there is that same table that you all sat at before does have several platters with pretty much just fruits and vegetables. Nothing looked like was cooked except for a few bits of meat for render, but the rest is all fresh fruit and fresh vegetables that look like they just came picked off of the vine, bush, anything that is appropriate for the various, like, tomatoes and berries and fruits.
That is a shocking number of coconuts.
Technically, she did make
Siegryn.
breakfast.
Siegryn will look over to Render. Darling, friend, my companion, you wouldn't mind if I snatched a bit of your meat, would you? Just a few strips.
I hope he growls at you. Yep, there it is.
Oh, so stingy. Honestly, this morning's a disaster. First that child wakes me up, and now my knickers are missing.
Not a child. What?
Nienna will immediately start piling a plate with fresh fruits and veggies, because you gotta love that elven roughage diet.
Does feel right. Weird, but right. Are you turning him
What?
into an elf?
Darling, we are elves.
Yeah, but like, I feel like I'm acting like one now.
I've been a good influence.
That makes one of us.
Indeed. Oh, I'm so sore. I'm gonna sit down.
Gemma makes the rounds, helping people get more extra food on their plate. She's like, "Come on, eat." Fenix, after a little while, you do manage to come down.
Oh, damn it.
You do see this little scene in front of you.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. See, you didn't
Good
get the
morning.
alarm wake up that the rest of us did, and she'll kind of eye Gemma.
You had company, and I didn't know that company.
By the way, Gemma, most of us are like murderers who respond poorly to being startled. The knife wasn't personal. It's just if you startle me, sometimes knives happen.
Wait, hang on. Back up a bit. What do you mean? She had company? She'll actually look to Fenix, kind of like furrowing her brows.
Brynnhilder's gonna give him the bombastic side eye.
Nienna looks proud. A certain companion, perhaps?
Yeah. I think I'm going to be spending a lot more time with that companion and trying to enjoy something. No,
Good.
Until about 12 hours ago, I assumed I probably wouldn't see today. So.
How many times did we have to tell you that we wouldn't let that happen?
Also,
Nienna,
why would you not live your
that.
life just because you're gonna die? Like, we're all gonna die eventually. Why would you not?
Can I answer the question?
I mean, I guess.
Because I was going to give my everything to making sure my sister could, not me. That was my job. And you helped me in making sure. If I know my sister, you wouldn't have noticed in the first place.
Well, making
Sorry about
business
that.
deals, I would expect.
Well, vigorous business deal.
Was it? Looks at Siegryn.
Anyway, thank you all. I'm going to get some grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Siegryn will sip innocently, looking off to the side, away from everyone else.
Gemma just looks a little bit confused, but then she immediately looks back to Nienna and just goes and like grabs her plate and starts piling more onto it. No, you need to eat more.
What? No,
You're eating for two now.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Irileth spits out his drink. Full spit take.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm going to grab my chronicle and I'm going to start making some plans. I'll be right back. She's gonna scamper out her seat.
More than me.
She's bolting the fuck upstairs.
Irileth is looking at Nienna with so much going on his face. Hey.
Nienna is very still and very that I'm too shocked to have emotions face. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go and get the horses ready.
Hold on, Chimmick, could you say that again?
You're eating for two now. You know, you and the little one. And then she like reaches out and rubs at Nienna's belly.
I see.
Oh, this just got so much more fucking complicated.
You hear thumping and tumping as Siegryn comes literally rolling the fuck down the stairs. Her chronicle hits her on the head at the bottom of it. Okay. All right. I think I have everything I need here to prepare all of us for what might come next. Gemma, you're absolutely certain that she's, you know, and she like kind of points at the tummy.
Did I say something wrong?
No.
We just didn't know.
Yes.
Nienna's gonna sit down rather heavily on one of the benches. All right. We just fought demons and another mage, and
I'll go prep the horses. And she's just gonna slide up and out of her chair and just slowly walk out.
Before she reaches the door, she'll just hear, well, I guess the professionals are about to get a little professional.
Irileth is going to take her hands. Nienna's.
Nienna looks like she's trying desperately not to panic.
Immediately thinks better of that. Gives her a full hug. And holds her for a second. Says,
Tell me that you're not mad.
I am not mad. I mean, in the crazy sense, jury's out, but and not angry.
Okay.
That said, while everyone's freaking out just loud enough for her to hear, it is poor form in some communities to be pregnant, gives her a grin, and not married.
Yes, that's something we'll have to address. You know how I said, don't ask me when I'm covered in blood? Darling, I'm not covered in blood.
Will you marry me, Nienna?
I will.
Jimmy just gets up on top of the table and says, I think that there's one phrase I heard that was appropriately said whenever this type of news came about. Fuck.
Siegryn lets out an ear-splitting shriek of joy as she just throws up her hands and immediately gets bonked in the head by her own book again.
And that is where we are going to end for the evening.